And we're on.
Great. Well, welcome back to the All-Nighters.
Welcome back.
I'm Scotty, as always.
I'm Casey.
And, we are jumping right back into Dragon Age 2.
What more horrors do I have to learn?
Well, for a hot second you aren't going to have to learn anything, because we're going to go talk to Isabella.
Okay, well that's good.
But don't worry, there'll be more later.
Joy.
Let's see here. There she is. Hello, Isabella. Oh, God. We're being attacked. By a single enemy? Oh, no, there they all are. Lovely sounds, aren't they? All this screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right behind me. Okay, are they all dead? Great. This is one of the side quests in this game, is to just clear out roving groups of bandits throughout Kirkwall. It's delightful.
That sounds like monotonous.
Why are these signs here? I'm not living here yet. Whatever. Fun fact, this is not Isabella's vanilla model in this game.
Well, I prefer this model.
This is, and it's mostly just her face that was changed, and her skin tone. But this is
Did she just call my wife a wench?
Yes. To
Kill
be
her.
fair, Isabella is a pirate.
Kill her!
Search the bodies.
Nothing in there. Alright.
Hiding in a chantry and sending thugs to finish me off. You'll not get away with this. Come on.
Very important, look at my dog.
So cute. Oh, I put this pull out on Twitter, Scotty, I don't know if you saw it. In a case like your adorable little doggo, do you, say if you were alone, do you talk to your little, cute animal companions?
Oh, I always do.
Okay.
You should hear me in the house. I'm always talking to my pets.
I do the same thing, but I also do it with virtual pets. Apparently, that's what I learned recently, because I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, and there's these foxes that like lead you to shrines and stuff, and you can pet them afterwards. And every time I've pet them, I've been like, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?" And I'm like, afterwards, I'm like, "He can't hear you. He's not real."
Yeah, I definitely do that. Oh,
Yeah.
I was trying to say, the mod that I use for Isabella is by Hawk Authority, and it's supposed to make her look more like she did in Dragon Age Origins.
Nice. Well, thank you for that.
Castian's just going to have to do without.
BioWare has this very, very bad tendency to whitewash their characters from game to game.
Oh, that's frustrating.
They were people.
It's horrible. With Isabella in particular, they made her facial features much more, like, in line with Eurocentric beauty standards, which is bullshit.
Yep.
Steel isn't a very happy person, is he? Maybe he needs a new hobby.
There's only one way to settle this.
Death. That's my girl.
Precisely.
Ah, I love her so much.
My favorite thing about combat in this game is that if you're right up against an enemy when you are a ranged fighter, like you're using a bow or you are a mage, well, at least when you're a mage and an enemy is right up in front of you, you start smacking them with the end of your staff instead of casting magic at them.
It's better this way.
When you're a mage and life is getting you lonely, you can always go.
To get a new relic. Simple as that.
I don't know Dragon Age lore enough to finish that.
If getting the relic
Okay. We'll get you there, don't worry.
I still don't know where it is, but you'll be the first to know if I hear it. Anyway, thanks for helping me out with it, Ada.
Ah, splattered in
I'll tag
blood.
along for a while.
Mm-hmm.
There might be something I could do for you. And I have a room at the Hanged Man if you're looking for company.
I'm so sorry, Isabella, but I have to romance Fenris or I'll die.
But I might die if we don't romance her.
I do have a playthrough where I romance Isabella.
Well, we should
That's
play
just
that
not with-
sometime.
Macario. That's with Vasca, who is a warrior, not a mage. I'm one of those assholes who has whole Hawk Twin AU set up. Let's see here.
One of those assholes.
One of those assholes. Alright. We are going to work that up. And also this. No, not Ambush. I want Lingering Shroud. Alright. We are gonna go do what we started last time and didn't finish.
Oh, the spiders?
Yeah. They're not spiders, now they're corpses.
Ah, I can deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Always around at night, but there's good coin in getting rid of them.
Hello, Logan.
Right. Off to Sundermount. So, dragon lore, huh?
Yeah. What are you feeling?
Well, I think the most important thing to start with is the fact that literally every culture in the world, or I'm pretty sure every culture, has some form of dragon somewhere in their mythology.
That's one of the things that interested me the most, is that it's rare we have those, like something like that that's, you know, like you said, like, it's in pretty much every culture.
It's almost universal.
Yeah.
Old Shyamalan.
It's like,
Ah, right. Shemlin.
I'm not expecting tea and cakes. I just need to see someone.
There's nothing here that can eat.
Wait, this is the one the keeper spoke of.
Shyamalan. I thought he'd be an elf.
what the hell is a Shenlin?
Keeper married
It's an elven word for human.
Oh.
It literally means the quickened ones or something like that.
Okay.
Marathon.
This is a Dalish tribe, which means that they are elven nomads. After the Tevinter Rebellion, Andraste had promised the elven slaves that if they rebelled alongside her and her people, she would give them a homeland. So she gave them the Dales. They moved in, they lived there for a few hundred years, and then the Chantry, which is the Andrastian faith, formed on the idea that Andraste is the prophet and the Maker's wife. The Chantry forcibly took the land back. But the Chantry isn't the Christian church.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A dragon fell from the sky, charred some darkspawn, then asked me to bring you this amulet. No big deal.
So, well, let's start dragon lore wise. What culture do you think the dragons of Dragon Age are pulled from?
Oh, they're very clearly European dragons.
Yeah, I was just wondering, did they have any nuance to them, or are they?
So the most nuance you get from the dragons in Dragon Age is that is Flemeth being able to turn into a dragon, and therefore the implication that, you know, maybe all true dragons are gods, like the eldest of them, because the Tevinter worship the old gods who are dragons, right? And then Flemeth. Well, that's a spoiler there for Dragon Age Inquisition, so I'm not sure how much to tell you. Because I am going to play Inquisition at some point.
Yeah.
For the All-Nighters. Anyway, so, but the implication here is that maybe all dragons are gods, right?
That seems a little odd.
It is her wish, and I must grant.
Well, not all dragons, because young ones clearly aren't, but there's also in Dragon Age the King of Ferelden is supposed to always be of Calenhad's line, because Calenhad drank dragon blood.
All right. He was thirsty one day.
Drinking dragon blood gives you special powers in Dragon Age. It's how Reavers are made, and they're honestly kind of like Zala.
Oh.
Like, if Zala were in Dragon Age, she would be a Reaver. She would probably be a Kunari Reaver at that.
Ah.
It's not rude to ask a human their name, is it? I'm Mary, which you probably knew already. I'm not sorry.
I like her.
Fun fact, this is not Vanilla Meryl either.
Yeah, I like her. She's cute.
Thank you.
I am using Delicious's mod to make Meryl look more like she did in Dragon Age Origins, because again, they whitewashed her. They made her skin lighter for Dragon Age 2.
Why?
Have you been in the free marches long?
Yeah.
Do you like it here?
Do you think it was just like a time thing, or?
No. Because they had a lot longer for Dragon Age Inquisition than they did for Dragon Age 2, and they whitewashed the hell out of Alistair in Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, they whitewashed Alistair for Dragon Age 2, and then they whitewashed him again for Inquisition. So by the time you reach Inquisition, he is lily white. It's bad.
That's really
Let's
frustrating.
get this over with.
Alright. Ah! I have no idea if these are supposed to be skeletons or not since I replaced that.
Making the world a better place, one enemy at a time. The Keeper didn't mention you were a mage.
I imagine it's difficult to give away.
Fenris, please.
All keepers know a bit of old magic.
Fenris is grumpy.
Old Elvan once had the gift,
Yeah.
but like so many things, it was lost. It's a keeper's job to remember,
Ugh.
to restore what we can.
Yeah, we will see more dragons in Dragon Age 2 relatively soon, other than just Flemeth, who we saw in the prologue. Because we are going to go to the Bone Pit probably today.
Oh yeah.
Please.
So you can find out why it's called the Bone Pit.
Gotta enjoy a nice visit to the Bone Pit.
Right. Not literally. Happy to help.
If only it were a fun euphemism.
It was always I try not to hit anyone. On our side, I mean. And that would again too.
Meryl's adorable and I love her.
She's so cute.
She is precious. If there were a mod that would allow it, there isn't a mod for it, and I feel so cheated about that. If there were a mod that would allow it, in my Vasca playthrough, I would romance Meryl and Isabella at the same time. Aaron
says they whitewashed Fiona too.
Oh yeah, they super whitewashed Fiona too. Fiona was introduced in a book before Dragon Age Inquisition came out, and she was described as having brown skin. We meet her in Dragon Age Inquisition, and she's white. Fiona, for reference, is Alistair's mother. She is a brown-skinned elf. And they made her white in Inquisition.
Yes.
And since Dragon Age has this horrible, just really fundamentally, obnoxiously gross lore. Hi, I'm full of opinions. This really fundamentally gross lore that if you have someone who is the child of an elf and a human, they're just going to look like a human. That means that not only is Alistair being whitewashed, he's being effectively human-washed. Which, when you consider the coding of the elves in Dragon Age, is more whitewashing, because the elves are coded as Jewish, Romani, and indigenous peoples.
Sundermount seems
God
very
damn.
mountainous today, doesn't it? Lots of rock and hillside.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Let's go. We should hurry.
Also higher.
Let's see. Oh, I just glanced over at Twitch and saw our overlay, and it makes me really happy. I worked so hard on it.
You did a great job.
With good people,
I'm really lucky that I found a transparent of the Dragon Age 2 logo.
But the Danish have been delightful. I was just thinking of inviting the whole clan over for tea.
I'm sure they'd never accept it.
So, I know a lot
Right.
about
Sarcasm.
dragons in, you know,
My people don't
all
appreciate
kinds
it.
of European lore.
I must
Fair amount about dragons in Asian lore,
I should
and
advise-
way more than most people about dragons in Mesoamerican lore, because we have our own version. I don't know a whole lot about, like, I know that there is Egyptian dragon lore, I don't know a whole lot about it. I haven't dug into that before.
Well, Scotty, I can help you there. There's actually not a ton of dragons in Egyptian lore. There is one big one. That is Apep, or Apophis. He's a giant serpent, so it's sort of like the Greek interpretation of dragon, in that anything that's serpentine can be kind of dragon.
Mm-hmm.
He resides in the Duat, the Egyptian underworld. Let's see here. I believe. Yeah, he is the. So you know Ra, the Egyptian sun god.
Yes.
Apophis is his greatest enemy. He has the title the Lord of Chaos.
Alright. So we've got... Oh, hello. We've got a sort of similar setup in Mesoamerican beliefs. Not in that our dragon is the sun god's greatest enemy, but in that you could call him a dragon. There's precedent for referring to him as such, just because so many dragons are just huge fuck off lizards, right?
Yeah.
So what we have is Sipakli, who Sipakli is both a deity of sorts and is a word for just a crocodile. But Sipakli is specifically in Meshiga belief, and therefore also in a couple of other versions of Mesoamerican beliefs, because there's a lot of cultural drift. Sipakli was all of everything, if that makes any sense. Sipakli was like sort of a sea monster, and it would eat everything.
Okay.
But the symbol of a Sipakli also represents the entirety of the universe.
Oh, interesting.
The great primordial crocodile.
That's interesting, because Apophis is sometimes depicted as a crocodile as well.
Can I cast this, please?
No.
There we go. I like my ice spells, thank you. They make me happy.
Yeah, that would be, that's my element of choice. Water/ice.
If I were a bender in Avatar,
I knew we were going here.
Yeah, I would be an earthbender. Like, that's what my family would be. My brother and I would both be earthbenders.
I could see it. I'd like to think that I could be a waterbender, but I think I don't know. It's like I think too hard about these things.
Yeah, that's fair. I also like to sit down and think about what my what my Dungeons and Dragons characters would be. And Zala's the one that stumps me. Because, on the one hand, the Kolai Vuthea would obviously be earthbenders, clearly. But Zala is a blood mage.
Yeah.
And bloodbending is waterbending, so...
See, I could argue that the Kolai Vuthea could also be airbenders.
Oh yeah, they absolutely could be.
I don't know if...
It feels more likely
like
that they would be earthbenders, or earthbenders, just because they're so attuned to the mountain. But
because they're so spiritually inclined, that's what makes me think they'd be more airbenders than earthbenders.
I think there's another thing we need to consider here, is the way the Kolai Vuthea are very about everything and balance. So the Kolai Vuthea as a culture would probably be all of the elements. They would probably have benders from all four elements.
That is probably... yeah.
Because you're stronger together, and that's one of the key Kolai Vuthea cultural themes. We're stronger as a whole. We're stronger all together.
Yeah.
So I think that's something I hadn't considered before. In which case, Zala is definitely a waterbender.
Yeah.
But her siblings, Nakane would be an airbender without a fucking doubt.
Yeah.
And Veleo would probably be an earthbender.
Yeah, most likely. This is reminding me that I really want to run a
What was that? What was that
Legend.
homebrew one? The Incarnate? Was that what it was called?
Yeah. I have it. I should upload it to the Google Drive. But it's D&D 5th edition. But if you were a bender, or like there's a couple other options. But it's a really cool world, and I wanted to run a campaign, kind of tackling one of the things I didn't like about Legend of Korra, which is, and I love Legend of Korra. I think I like it more than Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It's not their fault they are.
But it's very Americanized, which I don't quite like.
On a similar topic, the live action Avatar that Netflix is doing. I'm very
okay.
keenly interested in it.
Briefly, I thought you were talking about the M. Night Shyamalan one, and I was like,
No,
that was just hot garbage.
The one that doesn't even exist. There was
Hey,
no.
It
There is no
exists.
Warren Bossing say there was no Avatar: The Last Airbender live action movie. It didn't happen. But no, the live action Netflix adaptation that they're doing. I'm keenly interested in what they're going to do with the Sun Warriors, because the Sun Warriors in the original series were a hot fucking mess. I'm not gonna go that way. I'm not gonna play a completionist run through. God damn it, bitch!
Yeah, I know you've got issues with the Sun Warriors. I don't understand those issues too much because we haven't gone into depth on them. But I think this is the perfect show for us to go more in depth.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, I would have to be like watching it again to really point out why I'm so bothered by it. But
Yeah.
the biggest thing is that the Sun Warriors are such an amalgamation of cultures. It's like they wanted to go Mesoamerican, but they also wanted to go, South Asian, but they also kind of wanted to go African. And it felt like they just didn't know what they wanted to do with the Sun Warriors.
See, to me, and I'll admit, when I first watched Avatar, I was a little more ignorant on other cultures and whatnot. They read more Japanese to me. Like inspired by like the geisha. That's what they felt like to me, like warrior geisha.
That's not the Sun Warriors. That is the Kyoshi Warriors.
Oh
no, the Sun Warriors were the episode where the Sun Warriors was the bit where Zuko and Aang had to climb up the steps with the fire.
And they with the dragons.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Kyoshi Warriors, as far as I know, the Kyoshi Warriors are fine. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot. I don't want to speak on, I'm not Asian. I don't want to speak on those cultures.
Yeah.
If I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't. But the Sun Warriors felt like they were trying to be an amalgamation of some South Asian cultures, some African cultures, and my cultures, Mesoamerican. Especially with their dress. They looked like they were supposed to be Mesoamerican. And I'm keenly interested in if they're going to revisit that and change them at all. I would love to see them change them and settle on one thing. And get in someone who actually knows the culture to help them build that up.
That would be good. And that's compounded on. I'm looking at the Avatar wiki right now, and the culture of the Sun Warriors is primarily based on civilizations from ancient pre-Columbian Mesoamerica, including the Aztec and Mayan empires. But then,
by the way, we didn't call ourselves the Aztec.
Yeah, but then the next line the next bit of trivia is the Sun Warriors are heavily inspired by ancient Native American and Southeast Asian cultures, and it's like,
Yeah. So
pick
you're
one,
pulling
guys.
from here and from here, like, and on the one hand, I do understand wanting to mix cultures up a little bit, which is something that I'm kind of doing with
Yeah.
Zala, but it's less that I'm mixing cultures up for Zala and more that I'm pulling inspiration for how the Kolaivu Theia and therefore how Zala would have developed based on, you know, the region, the world, the so on and so forth. God, I love Fenris. I'm gay. Did you know?
I did. Yeah.
Look at him, he's so pretty.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Flemeth is interesting.
I like her.
There's a lot that I could talk about with Flemeth, but the most important thing, and the only thing that's not a spoiler for Dragon Age Inquisition, is that her daughter Morrigan, if you go do Morrigan's companion quest in Origins, kills her.
Kills Flemeth?
Yes. And that is why she gave us that necklace during the prologue, to bring her here and resurrect her.
It's not what I asked, Aaron.
You can't be the Avatar, Aaron. You have to pick one.
I mean, technically, I guess she can be the Avatar if we're saying...
You're the GM. You get to decide.
We stand upon the precipice of change. The world fears the inevitable plummet into the abyss.
I really like, though, that I decided, clearly, obviously, Zala is a waterbender. Because bloodbending. Bernie is a firebender.
Well, yeah.
That's just fun. That's a fun juxtaposition based on the relationship those two currently have and the direction we want to take them.
Yeah, I think Shay would be an airbender. And...
although, it's worth considering, Shay might be a non-bender kind of like Ty Lee.
Yeah, definitely possible.
That's a good idea for Shay, I think.
Yeah, I think airbender is a good fit for Alois. And I am forcing you to pick one. Yeah, it fits a lot of the stuff we've discussed about her. I'm so excited for next session. I know this is all-nighters, but we can bleed the shows a bit.
Yeah. I am very excited for next session, too. I'm just excited for more, you know, getting to play Zala and connecting with everyone else and learning and so on and so forth. It makes me happy. Oh, fuck. The dragon gave me 8 gold before she left.
Hey. It's nice.
Let's see here. Got my constitution a little bit. And I want to upgrade Winter's Blast. Alright. Oh, hey, look. Money. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I'm supposed to get this way. That's right. I keep trying to run to places I don't need to run because I'm not doing a completionist playthrough.
It happens. Oh, I didn't tell you. I've 100% settled on what my game is going to be for when it's my turn up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke run of maybe gold and silver, but probably like a red-blue.
I would say red. Definitely do red.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look at what... I mean, it honestly, it won't matter what the version exclusives are, but...
You'll get used to it.
The elves say it grows on you. Like a tumor.
Oh god, I forgot. I have to be mean to her now if I want Fenris to like me.
Oh!
So, I've never seen so many people in one place before.
I love Fenris, but I hate how hard it is to make friends with him, immediately.
Working your way up will be fun.
I
Alright, that was a lie. It won't be fun.
Some adventurer I am.
don't approve of that.
I don't like it, but
You're not gonna romance Isabel. You're being mean to Meryl. This playthrough is.
But maybe later.
it'll be fine. I'm not gonna be mean to Meryl again after this.
You should
Oh, well, that's
elves.
that's comforting.
Summoning blood mages.
I understand. It was good of you to bring me this far. I owe you. And I will repay you somehow.
Dareth Shiral is like safe journeys. Okay, let's see here. Javaris. See, we need to go do that. Oh, I need to go to the keep to do that. I guess I forgot to deal with that. I don't want to deal with you yet, Ariane.
I think Aaron was intrigued by my mentioning of the Pokemon Nuzlocke run. I don't know. There are eyes in the Twitch chat, and I don't know when they came up.
I am not one to hide.
Who knows?
Still, if it were me,
It's not.
Fenris is so prickly. Which, like, to be fair, look at the spikes on his shoulders.
Yes, but
He's
that
so prickly.
it's no excuse to be an asshole.
No, the
Fenris
excuse
is a
to be an
mean girl.
asshole is the fact that he's, you know, a recently escaped slave.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's still learning how to not be mean to people.
I guess.
He's much nicer later. There are still some issues with his interactions, but those are largely because the writers wanted to contrive drama. Dragon Age 2, it's bad writing. And yet, it's my favorite game.
It's interesting.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guard woman, but I decide to control, not you and your whip. You may have been put up to lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice to jail.
Asshole.
Oh, the fire alarm is going off.
Oh, lovely.
I think someone's just cooking.
Fellow.
I don't have to like him, but he could
Give me 1 second.
Bandits are dead. That's all that should
Okay.
It's not the first time he's made me feel like this. Something's very wrong.
Okay.
I don't know what to talk about while I'm stuck by myself. I can... Nope, I shouldn't do that. I don't know. Oh good, Casey's back.
Sorry. Yes.
You're
I'm
fine.
back. The house isn't burning down.
Good.
It's a really sensitive smoke alarm.
Yeah, that's fair. And better a more sensitive smoke alarm
Yeah.
than a less sensitive smoke alarm, right?
Exactly.
Better than us not having a working smoke alarm.
Do you not have a working smoke alarm, Scotty?
And we don't currently have a working smoke alarm. No, it's fine.
No, it is not. No, it's not. Okay, that's one of the first things we're gonna get. Make sure everyone.
It's my landlord's job.
I'm
I just have to yell at him about it a little bit first.
Well, yell at him. Bringing it up on Monday, I'm gonna make sure everyone in Compass Rose Production has a working smoke alarm in their house.
It is crucial.
Yeah.
And if your smoke alarm isn't working, get one that works, or yell at your landlord to get one that works.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because if you have a landlord, it's their job, not yours.
During light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, Thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambulance.
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been
That probably means you need to get a new smoke
Yeah.
detector, Aaron.
Captain, I want to know.
Yeah. That's definitely what that
I
means.
bet there's a perfectly reasonable lie that explains why your captain
In
arranged
fact,
I'd be
this
willing
is
to
the
hear,
all-nighters.
not while a guard
We're gonna go research that.
Great!
Germans have died. Good morning. I've got his boot.
Oh, right.
In Lowtown.
We gotta go save her future husband.
Stays that way.
Fine,
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I said we were gonna do the bone pit, so we're gonna go do the bone pit. The bone pit.
Okay.
Good day to you.
So,
Day, sir.
there are two things that it suggests to do when it keeps beeping and you put in fresh batteries.
So you've really never thought of hiding
To what end?
So
You want to
have a life?
remove it from the ceiling or wall, open the cover and take out the battery, press and hold the test button for 15 to 30 seconds. This fully resets the smoke alarm and drains any charge left inside. Put the new battery in, close it up, clean the unit with a microfiber cloth or a can of compressed air, vacuum the outside if you have a soft brush attachment, press the test button. It's going to be really loud, but it will indicate the alarm is working properly.
Finally, someone comes to help me. You look a bit unseasoned, but I hope you do. I had to suspend operations. My workers are
So,
locked in the mines or have run
do
out.
that, Aaron. And if it still is doing that, then buy a new one.
Others before, but no word. Perhaps they are putting me off. I need someone competent to figure out what is going on.
I'll head there soon.
The sooner the better. Each day the mine is not running.
Right, I need Varric for this one.
Miners making a year. The bone pit is just outside the city. Any map will show it.
Fun fact. There are a ludicrous number of ways to build friendship with Varric in the first act of the game, and very, very few in the second and third acts.
Interesting.
They expect you to be best friends with him by the end of the first act. Which, to be fair, if you're not an asshole, you will be.
Okay, well, only do that when there are other people around, Aaron.
What is Aaron doing?
She said that she had to hang over the stairs to get to the smoke alarm, so don't do that unless you have people.
Yeah. Let's see here. I want to head into Lowtown and sell some things, and then we'll go do the bone pit. The bone pit.
Yeah.
The bone pit is not half as fun as it sounds.
No, probably not.
That's the thing you I can already tell this isn't going
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's in the best location.
No, it's definitely not. Sell all my junk. I don't want any more junk. I tend to keep Carver with me for the entirety of Act 1, specifically because I'm trying very, very hard to get his friendship up as high as I possibly can, because look at how far down it starts. Look at that.
Yeah, he hates you.
And see how high my friendship with Varric already is.
Oh, look
it's
at it.
really easy to make friends with Varric.
Oh, Varric.
I'm doing alright with Fenris.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not too smitten with Fenris, I'll be honest with you.
You will be when we go
Maybe.
through his quests. I love Fenris with all of my big gay heart. Bone Pit! Here we go. Alright. An ambush. Who the fuck ambushed us? Alright. I have to deal with Javaris. Oh. Alright. These were originally spiders.
Thank you, Scotty.
Welcome to a bunch of corpses. So, we have one other major quote-unquote dragon in Mesoamerican lore. Again, sort of a dragon, sort of not. One of our sun gods. In Maya, or at least in Yucatec Maya, I don't remember if he has the same name in Quiche Maya. I think in Quiche Maya he's Itzamna. In Yucatec Maya he's Kukulkan. Or they might be separate gods. It's been a hot second. In Mexica belief, his name is Quetzalcoatl. He is the feathered serpent. And his name literally means feather serpent.
That one I know.
And he's effectively a dragon. Aside from Cipactli, he's the closest thing we have to a dragon in Mesoamerican belief. And there are a lot of theories as to why pretty much every culture in the world has dragons, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's the
of
scientific...
course, one of them is how big crocodiles and alligators will get.
Yeah.
Because they just keep fucking growing. They just keep growing. For so long. I'm like 99% sure that's why Cipactli is, you know, the symbol for the earth. Because he just gets so big.
I mean, snakes as well. Like, some of them can get huge, right? So
fucking massive. There are also thoughts that some early hominids interactions with the last of the dinosaurs inspired dragon mythologies and stories.
Really?
It's a thought anyway. And then of course there's the cultural drift of traders interacting with people in other lands, carrying their stories with them, so on and so forth.
Yeah, a lot of like anthropologists and whatnot argue that it's just due to our inherited reaction to snakes and things like that have sort of spiraled into dragons.
Yeah, there are a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
And how did I piss Carver off? Carver?
I don't
Carver,
know.
honey.
But he did not
Carver.
like that.
He did not like it. Oh, he didn't like it because I didn't want to help Javaris get gunpowder. Because I don't think Javaris should be trusted with gunpowder.
He's probably right.
I'm sorry, Carver. I know what's best. Which he would absolutely hate hearing. I keep trying to fall back into my completionist ways. I will leave this map now and continue to the Bone Pit. Oh, right, that unlocked the Wounded Coast.
Cool.
Okay. The Bone Pit. Welcome to the Bone Pit.
Yeah! Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Fenris. Thank you for the color commentary about how horrible the Bone Pit is. I do like this landscape, though. I think it's interesting. Look at all those piles of white things down there.
Bones?
Yeah. That's a lot. Like, it's just a massive amount of skeletons.
briefly forgot we had a stream tonight.
Oh no.
This was like last night, because I was talking to my roommates and I was like, "Oh."
Did you try to make plans for tonight?
I did, and I was like, "Let's watch The Hobbit because we're gonna go through the Lord of the Rings again, the extended editions."
Valid.
I love those movies. I mean, we all do, but they're great movies. But you know, my roommate was like, "We should watch The Hobbit first, but like a fan edit, so it's not 3 separate movies and it's just one."
Yeah, The Hobbit didn't need to be split up like that.
No, it needed
That
to be
was
2
kind of a lot.
movies.
Hey, look!
Look at that!
Dragonlings.
Little dragons. They're adorable. They remind me of this small dragon in a book series that I really enjoyed.
What book series?
I'm gonna look that up because I forgot.
Ooh, raw lyrium. How lovely. Oh no, refined lyrium. Refined? How did I find a vein of refined lyrium? How does that make sense? BioWare? BioWare? The buys are aware.
Oh yeah. That's what it was called.
Yes!
Okay, I can't find it.
Oh no. Look, more dragon. There's my dog. This dragonling is stuck. These dragonlings are stuck. Okay, there we go.
There it is. I found them. The Pit Dragon trilogy.
The which one?
The Pit Dragon trilogy.
Huh.
It is about, it's in a world where it's like a desert planet. There's like, the planet doesn't hold life, but it has one species of dragons, and humans eventually tame them, bred for food and fighting, and the economy is centered on the pit, where owners bring their dragons in to fight. And basically a young slave boy finds a dragon's egg, or a baby dragon, and raises it to be his pit dragon, and it kind of goes from there. It's a really good series. At least I remember it being good.
Did you ever read the Dragon Riders of Pern books?
You know, I actually have not. But I've read like half a book, because I remember some, like, things like the Threadfall and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I've not really delved into that too much, and it's always kind of bothered me, because it seems like a series that I would really enjoy.
It is. I really liked it. I started reading them in, I don't know, probably 4th or 5th grade. I started with the Harper Hall trilogy, which is still easily my favorite set of books. There are some weird things in the Dragon Riders of Pern series that I'm not big on.
Oh.
But I really liked the Harper Hall trilogy, in part because it focused so much on the fire lizards and the culture of everybody who wasn't a dragon rider. Fire lizards were really cool to me when I was a kid. And I need to go back and reread them at some point. It's been a hot minute since I've read the Harper Hall trilogy.
We should do a Compass Rose book club. I would be down for that.
I would.
Just-
The problem is getting my hands on the books sometimes.
Yeah, that would.
Just because a book club can be a pricey endeavor.
Yeah.
Look at this dragon.
Oh, look at that dragon.
I would really appreciate it if you wouldn't die, Fenris. I need to kiss you later. That's a little hard to do if you die.
Now, these dragons are clearly, like you said, inspired by the more post-classical Western Europe dragons.
Yeah, they're the kind of dragon. Oh, motherfucker! They're the kind of dragon that you typically think of when you think of dragon in the Americas, anyway.
As for sure.
As far as I know, there are no instances of like long dragons in the Dragon Age series, but it would honestly be really cool if there were.
I love the long dragons.
Long dragons are very cool.
That's one of the things I like.
Super into East Asian dragon lore. It's
Same.
wildly fascinating to me. Especially the whole thing with, you know, Koi being able to ascend and become dragons.
That's one of my favorite, like, just myths that, or like cultural tales. The Koi and the waterfall. So great.
There's a cat under my foot. Tilly, are you having fun down there? She's cleaning her paw, so I'll take that as a yes. I do want to state, just real quick, since, you know, this is a new series, I don't like the word myth about other cultures' belief systems. It's an unpleasant word that serves to demean and, you know, infantilize our cultures.
That's fair, yeah. I said it with no means of offense.
Yeah, I know. Most people don't think about the way that word, you know, reflects on what you're talking about. But being from one of the cultures that our belief systems are referred, one of many of the cultures that like our belief systems are referred to as mythologies as opposed to belief systems on the regular. Oh, God, I hate this.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a mythology, except in the same way that Christianity is a mythology.
To be fair, I would refer to Christianity as mythology too.
Yeah, but because we live in such a specifically Christian-centric society here in the Americas, because we live in such a Christian-centric society, when people think of mythology, they think of, first they think of things like, you know, Greek mythology, Roman mythology, and then they also think of native belief systems. But our belief systems are still alive and active. Many of us are still practicing these belief systems. There are whole societies of Maya still in, specifically the Yucatan and Guatemala, for example. Like, my people are not dead, and our belief systems are still alive.
He was cursed. You can't blame him for that.
You stand up for him? Fine. Then you will
I don't like this part. I don't like fighting this elf. It makes me sad. I hate the way BioWare constantly makes you fight elves.
Yeah.
Like, I'm wiping out this entire squad of Dalish warriors and archers for no good reason. I don't like it. And later in the game, there's going to be the possibility to wipe out Meryl's entire clan.
What?
Yeah, it's bullshit. It makes me so upset. In all 3 games, there's a possibility to wipe out an entire Dalish clan. In Dragon Age Origins, you have the possibility of wiping out the entire Dalish clan that this little incident we just witnessed were part of. And that incident showed up partially because I didn't wipe out the entire Dalish clan. There are a lot of little things in Dragon Age 2 that will only show up if you brought in a save file from Origins. I don't remember where I'm supposed to go for the rest of this quest, so I'm gonna just wander the entire Wounded Coast. And then in Inquisition, there's a war table operation that I am going to heavily refer to a guide for when I do play through Inquisition for the all-nighters. Because... Oh, hello, I went the right way. Because... you can potentially wipe out your entire clan if you're playing an elf.
That's messed up.
It's bad. And the worst part of the instance in Inquisition is that you are the only, like, if you're playing an elf, the elf is the only origin for Inquisition in which you can potentially wipe out your entire family.
Why?
The Kunari origin cannot do it, the human origin cannot do it, the dwarf origin cannot do it. It is only the elf. Because fucking BioWare has a hard-on for murdering elves, apparently.
Seriously, what's with the elf hate?
It's just BioWare just hates their elves for some reason. I don't know why. It really upsets me as a native person, because, you know, like I said, they're coded partially native. Let's see here. I think I need to go this way, maybe? Haha! I'm going the correct way.
So, Scotty, do you have a favorite fictional representation of a dragon? Doesn't have to be like a big feature in it, but like, because I have a movie that I quite like the representation of it.
So, I think, honestly, my favorite dragons are still the Dragon Riders of Pern dragons. That series was like really fundamentally formative for me, partially as a writer, because it was the first series I read that really focused on female characters at all. Especially during that time when I thought I was a girl, you know? And partially because of how in-depth the dragon like culture was, both the dragons themselves, their specific culture, because they are sentient creatures, and the culture around dragons the people built. Dragon Riders of Pern exists in this weird middle place between sci-fi and fantasy, because the backstory of it is that the humans left Earth and came to this planet that has these dragons on it. So it is both a fantasy series, because it's about dragon riders, and a sci-fi series, because it's humans that have gone to a different planet. They've traveled through space and no longer have the capability for space travel anymore.
And I should trust you. I have no history.
And I really liked, there, like I said, there are some things in the culture of it that I don't like very much. It's a very, very heterocentric series. There's some weird romance bullshit happening with it that I'm not a fan of. But I really like the culture that the dragons themselves have, and the culture that was built up around the dragons. The way that the humans that settled Pern integrated these dragons into their society and partnered with them and, you know, meshed that whole thing together. It was fascinating to me.
What's the trick, Talbashot?
And I really, really liked the main character of the Harper Hall trilogy, Menely, I believe her name was, because I come from a music family, and she was a musician.
I am new to decisions outside my home, and I have decided to warn you. Do what you will. There's danger ahead. The fire is hot.
Thanks, Ferric. Oh no, danger. Whatever will I do? they have a Sarabus? No, not yet. Okay, good. Meh. My dog got left behind. I have to resummon him.
Oh no, poor Pooch.
I have a mod specifically to get rid of the cooldown on my dog because he gets stuck on the terrain. And the only way to fix that is to resummon him. But if you don't remove the cooldown, you have to wait like 30 to 60 seconds for the ability to resummon him. And it's sad. Great. Varric, come open this chest. Motherfucker. He doesn't have enough cunning. Do y'all have the Cerberus up here? Is there not a Cerberus in this group? I guess not. There's
So
probably a
have you
Cerberus in the
ever,
cave.
Have you ever read the Dragon Venom trilogy?
I don't think so. Oh god, there are more Kunari. But I don't believe I ever have now.
I'm just gonna look it up. Oh, sorry. That's the name of the second book. It's called The Obsidian Chronicles. Dragon Weather, the Dragon Society, and Dragon Venom.
Yeah, I don't believe I've ever read them.
Those are, to me, what Pern is to you.
I'm gonna mildly date myself here, but back in the days of fucking Pro Boards role-playing forums, I
Love those.
for a short period of time ran a Dragon Riders of Pern role-playing board.
You're such a nerd.
This surprises you?
No, I didn't say it with any malice. I love it. But I'll date myself as well. I was also on a similar sort of server, but it was for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I was involved in a lot of role-playing servers back when the Pro Boards role-playing forums were the big thing. And I credit them for why I have a 130 word per minute typing speed.
Same.
But,
Role-playing is where I refined a lot of my writing technique.
yeah, same. It's why I'm so good at writing characters. Not just like, you know, the vague aspects of them, but in-depth, interesting, realistic characters. As a writer, I get a lot of compliments specifically on my character writing. People are, as far as I can tell, obsessed with my character writing. Hey! I smacked you with my staff! Get back here! Bitch! Bitch! You can't just ignore me.
Clearly he can.
Well, I don't want him to. I want him to fight me. Oh god, oh fuck, oh shit, ow! Where is that Sarabus? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? He's up there. Anytime you're in a fight with a Sarabus, the Sarabus is immediately the most dangerous thing.
Why?
Because they are incredibly, well, watch that. Watch what it just did to my baby brother. Oh god, I don't have enough healing ability. Jeez. So, the Sarabas are introduced in Dragon Age 2. We didn't see any in Dragon Age Origins. They're introduced in Dragon Age 2. And they are incredibly deadly powerful mages who have unique skills that create this point of primal energy that will suck you in and then damage you really horrendously and throw you out. They will eat tanks, like, for breakfast. And of course, I have 2 tanks with me right now because I have Fenris and Carver, and I tend to stat them very strongly for defense. I stat all of my warriors very strongly for defense because I play a mage.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So, like, they're fucking tank busters, and I had to jump in and grab healing potions for all 3 of my party members when that Sarabas entered. That's how bad they are. Okay, we need to go talk to what's-his-face about the bone pit.
I solved your problem.
So, what happened? One of the miners told me you rescued him from dragons. I cuffed him for lying.
Well, he wasn't. Go there and see the corpses for yourself.
I thought they're extinct. I believe you. You made them extinct again? If it is safe, the miners can return to work.
I bet their first task will be cleaning up the entrails the last ship left behind.
A dragon killer and a miner. Wonderful.
I don't like you, Bear.
Let us
He's
discuss your plan.
peak capitalist.
You've been a great help.
Yeah.
Since you did so much more than I was expecting, how about we work together? Work together? With him? I am offering a 50-50 share in the mine. It will make us both rich if you can keep your countrymen safe.
If you want my help, you'll pay for my services in advance.
You're both tough and shrewd.
Oh, I'm out of tea again.
I had some
How
money
sad.
set aside for safety equipment.
That's no good.
It is yours instead. So, to our first order of business, we'll replace the lost workers. I will hire new hands. Plenty of desperate Ferelden's out there, but it will take some time. I need you to convince the surviving miners to return. They are holed up in Lowtown. Tell them the bone pit is safe again.
I'll see what I can do.
Let's see here. I don't want to deal with all of these quests. I needed to go somewhere. I need to go to Lowtown. That's where I need to go. Ow.
It's brutal a sport to enter. Do they hold competitions and out trophies for the best scouts? I'm not reading. Mulder, you seem like you're a champion.
I love Varric so much.
Yeah.
Varric should have been a romanceable companion in this game, quite frankly. Varric should have been a romanceable companion in Inquisition, but he wasn't.
Dragons, full of Ferelden, no less.
1,000 thanks for saving Jansen's worthless eyes. Worthless, am I? My farm supplied eggplant half of South Reach. Yeah? My eggplant supplied half the bastards in South Reach.
Drunkards.
You're a real hero. Now what brings you here?
Shuffle off to the mine and let me finish those pints for you.
Come back to that blind taking hold? I need work, but I don't need to be some dragon.
Did you know, Scotty,
What's this small
Did I know what?
dragon
that all humans
later? Bigger dragon.
have a dragon in them?
I go back to the missus without this job.
I deserve that.
Empire sure as any dragon. What can we do? That bastard
What do you think I'm referencing?
I have no idea.
So, it's called the Repulsive Guidance Molecule B, also known as Dragon. DRG-11, Responsive Axonal Guidance and Outgrowth of Neurite. It is a bone morphogenetic protein, co-receptor of the Repulsive Guidance Molecule family. In humans, this protein is encoded by the RGMB gene. I know all of those words separately, but together...
I'm not... Biology is one of those things that I solidly don't know a lot about. I've studied a lot of different sciences. I know a little bit about genetics, but biology was never really my area of, interest. Not in the way that, say, obviously robotics, considering I'm a licensed roboticist, or fucking quantum physics, yo. I love quantum theory. But, like, biology, I was always just kind of like, that's for everyone else.
Yeah, I'm looking through the disambiguation of dragon, and it came up, and I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, my favorite disambiguation of dragon is Dragon, Utah, the ghost town.
Yeah!
The operation, their mining operation was the Black Dragon Mine. Like so many ghost towns in the United States, I don't know how much you're aware of this since you're Canadian, but like so many ghost towns in the United States, oh, I went the wrong way. It was a boom town. It was a mining town originally, and you've got two big instances of ghost towns in the United States. You've got mining towns and cow towns, and they were originally boom towns. They showed up basically overnight to fuel this one specific trade. And when that trade died out, everyone left, and it became a ghost town. They left all of the buildings behind. Because, like, what were they going to do with the buildings? The city where I live, Wichita, is one of the few boom towns that, like, actually properly survived and thrived. We were originally just a cow town, but we were in such a unique prime location, specifically also a location largely safe from tornadoes, that we not only became a boom town, but when, the cattle industry sort of slowly devolved into what it is now, instead of being the prime trade of the region, we stayed. We're still here. We are the largest city in Kansas, and we are among the largest in the United States. Far from the largest, because Kansas is still a rural state, but among.
Perhaps the miners will work harder now we're paying them enough to survive.
Throw straps to a dog, and you encourage him to beg for more.
Get fucked, capitalist.
Yeah.
You weren't running anything until we fixed your problem.
I will excuse you this one.
Ghost towns are just wildly fascinating to me because of where I live and everything that leads to them being ghost towns. And then of course there's the fact that I just like wandering around places like that and seeing, how people lived. Ooh, should we go do that?
I would love to visit a ghost town.
They're very cool. It's kind of eerie because, like, some of them are super dilapidated and it's, like, obvious, oh yeah, nobody could live here anymore. But some of them are still standing enough that it feels like there should be people there.
That's creepy. I love it.
It's awful, and I adore it. And for all that I hate... horror media on the whole. What is this quest? Oh, I'll deal with that. I'm probably not going to deal with that, actually. Well, I might. That is actually kind of important for a main quest later, so I might go do that later. For all that I hate horror media, I don't like watching horror movies. I rarely play horror video games. I don't read a lot of horror books. I just don't enjoy horror. I've got a hyperactive brain that makes things all the time anyway. I don't need to read horror and have it, be there in my subconscious. Thanks for calling me nothing. Basra is a Kunari term for nothing. If you're not a Kunari, you are a nothing. That is your title. Because the Kunari call themselves by their role in society.
About time you showed. I've been here for hours.
So Sten in Dragon Age Origins was not the only Sten. He was a Sten. They are a warrior of the Vanguard.
Interesting.
And this is the Arishok. There is only one Arishok at a time, but he is one of the triumvirate that lead the Kunari. So you've got the Arishok, the Arakune, and the Aragena. The Arishok leads the army, basically.
Tell me that help.
We shall see.
Yes.
I really like that scene specifically because it shows how much Fenris knows. He's a slave, he can't read, but he can speak dozens of he can speak many languages. I don't think there are dozens of languages in Thedas, but he can speak many languages. He's an incredibly, intelligent elf.
Kunari do not abandon a debt. I humbly request clarification from the Arishok.
I have a growing lack of disgust for you.
And that's the closest thing to a compliment you're going to get from the Arishok.
He invented a task to prove his worth when it has none.
Then we have wrong.
And the Kunari are a fascinating society to me.
Will you have us killed?
There are a lot of issues in the way that BioWare portrays them throughout the games.
Not worthy of dying to you.
Go figure. BioWare doesn't know how to do cultures that aren't white European cultures.
Yeah.
They try very hard to villainize the Kunari and tend to compare them to Islam. Which... yeah, exactly! If I were writing the Kunari, I would focus a lot harder on what makes them unique, as opposed to trying to say, oh, they're supposed to be this world's version of. But let's be real, if I were writing Dragon Age, a lot of things would be different.
Yeah. I might actually play that game.
I'm supposed to get a piece of that.
Right?
Dwarf, did your imaginary bargain make promises?
Like, I love Dragon Age as a series. I adore it. I've spent so much money on this fucking series. This whole franchise, because I've purchased several of the books and comics. And I've purchased merchandise and so on and so forth. But, like, it's got a lot of problems.
Take your coin, take whatever. Hornhead Oxman, mock dog points, suck your own powder and blow your head off.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you.
So, Kunari Black Powder is just gunpowder, right? But nobody has it yet. The Kunari invented it. They guard it jealously, partially because of how incredibly dangerous it is. Here we go. The people
Yeah,
of the
that makes
Qun
sense.
are perhaps the least understood group in Thedas. The Kunari wars were brutal, but so was the Chantry Schism. So was the fall of the Imperium. Some of this misunderstanding is an accident of nature. The race we call Kunari are formidable. Nature has given them fierce horns and strange eyes, and the ignorant look on them and see monsters. Some is an accident of language. Few among the Qun's people speak the common tongue, and fewer speak it well. In a culture that strives for mastery, to have only a passable degree of skill is humiliating indeed, and so they often keep quiet among foreigners, out of shame. But much of it is a result of the culture itself. The Kunari view their whole society as a single creature, a living entity whose health and well-being is the responsibility of all. Each individual is only a part of the whole, a drop of blood in its veins, important not for itself, but for what it is to the whole creature. Because of this, the Kunari most outsiders meet belong to the army, which the Qun regards as if it were the physical body. Arms, legs, eyes, and ears, the things a creature needs in order to interact with the world. One cannot get to know a person solely by studying his hand or his foot, and so one cannot truly meet the Kunari until one has visited their cities. That is where their mind and soul dwell. In Saharan and Parvalan, one can truly see the Kunari in their entirety. There, the unification of the Kunari into a single being is most evident. Workers, whom the Kunari calls the mind, produce everything the Kunari require. The soul, the priesthood, seeks a greater understanding of the self. The priesthood is run by the Arakun. Of the self, the world, and it exhorts the body and mind to continually strive for perfection. The mind is run by the Arigena, by the way. The body serves as the go-between for the mind, the soul, and the world. Everyone and everything has a place decided by the Kun in which they work for the good of the whole. It is a life of certainty, of equality, if not individuality. So the Kunari are a wildly fascinating culture. I really like them.
It's really
but they
cool.
are also, one, they're black-coded. Two, they're supposed to be the equivalent of Islam, and there are so many things that BioWare did wrong with them, just like there are so many things that BioWare did wrong with the elves. And undoubtedly things that BioWare did wrong with the dwarves that I don't know a whole lot about, because I haven't been quite as interested in the dwarves as I have the Kunari and the elves. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay, we are going to go do the Unbidden Rescue. Which quest is that? Not that one. Let's see here.
Oh, this is a gorgeous picture. It's this painting of Smaug on his horde.
Ooh. Oh man, I like dragons in Tolkien's writing too.
Me too.
They're a lot of fun. Tolkien's writing is another thing that was formative for me. The dragons less so than the writing in general, and especially the world building, and obviously, considering I dabble in conlinging, the linguistics, which is the core of Lord of the Rings, as we know. Not to be a big nerd or anything, but I really like languages.
You nerd.
Yes. What is it? If this is about a rescue, that woman did not seem the type.
She is the type I feared we would attract.
Seneschal Braun deserves a vacation. Look at his pants.
Oh my god.
If you would like to try your hand at securing his safe return, feel free. I have certainly granted no exclusivity to the Winters and their violent.
Ready the reward. He'll be back in no time.
Declare it if you like, but the reward goes to whoever brings him back safe. A discussion you are welcome to have with the Winters, should you encounter them, on the wounded coast.
I have this horrible, horrible tendency in this game to specifically wear things based on how they look as opposed to their stats.
I did the same thing.
I wanted to swap out Barrack for Isabella.
I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima right now, and... What?
Oh, nothing!
What? I'm not playing it right now. And I really like the Ronin attire.
Yeah.
But it doesn't provide as much defense as the samurai armor. But I always end up using the Ronin armor or this other archer armor.
Yeah, I'm wearing one of the DLC armors for mages right now. You can't change any of your companions' armor appearances in this game without mods, which is fine, in my opinion, because everybody's wearing things that are suitable to them. Like, Aveline is wearing the guard armor, Isabella is wearing her whole pirate outfit. Carver is wearing pretty standard Ferelden armor, and so on and so forth. Everybody's armor suits them. The closest you get to changing out your allies' armor is when well, never mind. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay, ominous.
There are, however, armor upgrades for them that I'm gonna have to go track down eventually, because I always forget to grab them, and then everybody's a little bit weaker than they deserve to be. Let's see. Am I on the right? Yeah, I'm on the right branch. I really like some of the set design in this game. Like, they only had a year for this, but they did do what they could with it. Like, look at that tree. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Like, they had to reuse things, as you can see up there.
Yeah.
But when you only have a year to design an entire video game...
Exactly.
Oh, I missed my turn. I'm bad at navigating in video games sometimes, and the mini-map in this game is not the most helpful. What do I want? Oh, shit, I can get a specialization. Let's grab... I usually do Blood Mage. Yeah, let's grab Blood Mage. I hope I remembered to grab that mod.
What mod?
I don't... So, there's a mod specifically for Blood Mages that will change how much of the mana that you have to give up to turn on your Blood Mage abilities. And I don't normally bother with it, but for this playthrough, specifically since we're streaming, I decided I needed to grab it. Because if you have less than like 20% of your mana left, you'll start shouting about how you don't have any energy for this magic anymore. And you'll just do that constantly, whether you're trying to cast a spell or not. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that! So I grabbed something to reduce how much of your mana you give up to turn on your blood magic.
Rough for a rescue, don't you think?
Competition? Well, you're too late. The Winters, I, have already claimed him.
Sirrah, if I must go back, so be it. But I will not see these murderers rewarded.
Spoiled shit. I'll cut out your tongue and charge extra for bringing you back quiet.
She's
And
lovely.
as for you,
Mm-hmm.
I could do with some entertainment while we wait for the others.
Oh, whoops. I accidentally desummoned my dog because I thought he wasn't with me.
Dead and good riddance, but she said
Yep,
she was waiting.
that is the right word.
A lot more. Well,
The overlay is Scotty's creation.
and already a fitting
I put a lot of work into it over the last week.
He worked hard on it, and it came out great. Logan really likes it.
Captain's Thunder is not Logan.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Captain's Thunder. Who's Captain's Thunder?
It's my buddy Cap.
Sorry about that, Cap.
Whoops. 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 Can I please?
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one who gets you guys confused.
Yeah, there was a period of time where a bunch of people in my personal server mixed them up because they joined at about the same time. I met them both at about the same time because of Star Trek.
I'm gonna have to watch that at some point.
Yeah, my personal favorite Star Trek series is Voyager. DS9 is also very good. I do not recommend starting. So Enterprise is the first series chronologically. It was the most recent series up until Discovery and Picard happened. But it was the first series in the timeline. I do not recommend starting with Enterprise.
You liked Discovery, didn't you?
Discovery's very good. I really enjoyed it, yeah. And I'm eagerly awaiting season 3. I do not recommend starting with the original series either. I recommend going back and watching those after you've watched enough of, you know, Next Generation, Voyager, DS9 to really help you get a feel for what the franchise is about. Next Generation is a really good starting point. However, if you're going to watch Next Generation, I recommend watching that first 2-parter and then skipping to season 2.
That is, because I have watched some of Next Generation. That is what I did. I think I watched like a small handful of episodes from season 1.
Yeah, season 1 was rough. Partially because, I mean, they just didn't know who they were as a series yet. Like, they didn't have everybody's interactions figured out yet, or really the characterization entirely down yet. And partially because a huge chunk of season 1 is just drama porn.
Yeah.
Especially Tasha Yar's entire storyline.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're gonna watch season 1, you need to know ahead of time what you're in for. Because it's not pleasant to reach certain episodes unaware.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like, I love Star Trek, but the first season of Next Generation was just unpleasant for me. For several reasons. Tasha Yar deserved much, much better. Next Generation is, however, a really good starting point. Oh god, I'm dying.
Because she wanted to go do other things?
I don't remember exactly what it was. I know that she didn't get along with Rick Berman, if I remember correctly. To be fair, most of the female actors didn't get along with Rick Berman. Because dude's a dick. I don't like him. There are a lot of issues in Star Trek that, like, the vast majority of my issues with Star Trek as a franchise were because of Rick Berman. And he's no longer with the franchise, so.
That's good.
I'm happy about that. I would like to collect my loot, and then we can go. But yeah, Next Generation is a really good starting point because that's where Star Trek really becomes Star Trek. It wasn't really Star Trek yet in the original series. Season 1 of the original series, it's very loose and disparate, and you don't really get a feel for what Starfleet and the Federation became. Season 2, it starts to sort of sort out what it wants to be. But it's not until Next Generation that Roddenberry's vision was truly, like, honed and refined, if that makes sense. And it's obvious, like, you can tell that that is in fact the case. And then Voyager is also, in my opinion, a very, very good starting point because, like I said, they already have a clear vision of what Star Trek is by the time Voyager starts. And on top of that, Voyager is maybe the truest to Starfleet's whole thing about seeking new life and new civilizations. Because all Voyager is exploration and diplomacy. Oh, I needed to go talk to Seamus again. And of course, Voyager has the best captain, Janeway, and my personal favorite Star Trek character, Chakotay, who has some writing issues, but I love him dearly with all of my heart.
Well, maybe we'll start up a TV watching show.
I don't know if we can get licensed to stream Star Trek. I feel like that probably wouldn't go over very well.
We'll not stream it, but
talking about it.
Yeah, get together at the end of X amount of episodes and chatting about it.
I do own some lovely ambient space noises that we are allowed to use as background.
Perfect. Hashtag everything is content.
No problem to
Gods.
speak of, aside from the crowd that tried to kill us. I was told the Winters had involved.
But yeah, I could talk for just hours about Star Trek, quite frankly. But I didn't really want to suggest that as a show for us just because so many Star Trek podcasts and talk shows exist already. Like a lot. But at the same time, it would be kind of fun to go through and watch episodes of Star Trek with people and then just talk about them for half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Try to understand. Others would see as well.
Better that you were thought abducted than to have their influence suspected in my own family.
No, not. Too much. A little too much insight into the office for me. Your actions are appreciated.
I don't want to watch y'all fight. Y'all aren't my family.
Woo! Isabel friendship.
Yeah. I'm trying really hard to remember to keep her in my party sometimes. Because the last time I played through my Macario playthrough, which is who I'm playing right now, last time I did that, I definitely forgot to keep her in my party, and you'll see what happens when you do that.
She betrays you?
You won't see. No, she doesn't betray you. Hopefully you won't see what happens when you don't keep her in your party enough. Because in theory, I will actually get her friendship up far enough by the end of Act 2. But,
She
I will
dies?
explain when we reach that point. No. I'll explain when we reach that point.
Alright.
We should do the way it should be. I think that's what I want to do next. I think Aveline's the only one who has approval changes with this game. Or with this quest. No, Varric does as well. So... Whoops. Let me just gather my party.
It is 11:42 here.
Then the way it should be might be the last quest we do.
Okay.
And I will try to deal with emptying my inventory and selling shit. While we're down for the week, rather.
Yeah. So we're currently in Act 1.
Yes, there are 3 acts. I'm trying to focus hard on specifically the rumors are crucial for the main plot. I'm trying to focus on the main plot and the companion quests. I'm trying to avoid hitting too many secondary quests. I will be doing the first sacrifice. That is, it's not crucial for the game, but it does have some important tidbits in it about a main quest in Act 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So
for me.
I'm trying to avoid some things and get all up in others. Oh god damn it, Sister Patrice. Okay, we're gonna do one more thing before we do the way it should be. Quick spoiler alert, I hate Sister Patrice.
Why's that?
You'll see when we speak to her. Actually, we might not have to speak with her yet. Fuck yeah, I can ignore her for now. Okay, we're not going to deal with Sister Patrice yet. Can I please click on... Thank you. There we go.
Aveline? You're a beautiful sight.
Covered in blood.
He's drinking his respect women juice.
I took a few down, but there were too many at once. The captain said this route was supposed to be quiet. The seal of the Viscount, office details, city accounts. Valuable to a guild of thieves.
A sacrificial delivery with one of our own. Captain Jevon will answer.
Selling out his own. Forget guard captain. This man needs to be in government.
Not now, Hawk. Jevon needs to see how justice works. This goes to the
But yeah, I really want to try and do all of the companion quests, including Anders. I don't like Anders very much. It's not Anders' fault, to be fair. It's the writer's fault. But I don't like dealing with Anders.
Why's that?
So, in your first couple of interactions with him, if you don't flirt with him, you gain rivalry.
Right.
Oh man, Patrice!
You're looking for help. And pay, well.
I need someone native to the dark places beneath Lowtown. If you claim as much, yes, I will pay.
I am. Let's just step into this alley. Me and my fellows can have a look at the money on offer.
Sad low-town tale in the making. As if we needed another.
Can you save someone so intent on being foolish?
Yeah, gotta agree with you there.
every piece of equipment is pretty much.
I love how she's standing there shivering.
Yeah.
Just watch what's about to happen after we finish killing these people.
Well, thank you for your timely intervention. I am out of my element.
Surely you didn't realize that just now.
I had to come here to get the type of person I need. Someone of bloody skill, but also integrity. Perhaps the kind who might leap to someone's defense. I have a charge who needs passage from the city.
Bitch!
If you are willing and capable, meet me at my safe.
I don't like this woman.
I just saved you in an alley and suddenly we're in business.
You're in Lowtown. What grand scheme could I be interrupting? Varnell.
A bloody Templar. That's what we need.
She happened to have a Templar right there, watching her, who could have protected her. She's been, step one, manipulating us. Just immediately, right off the bat. Alright, let's see here. Where is she? She's up there. Let's see. We're gonna go talk to her and get this quest. By which I mean we're gonna reject this quest. And still get it anyway, because that's how this quest works. God damn it. Ah! Oh no. There we go. I just hit the wrong button and closed all of the windows on my computer.
I thank you for coming. This matter is delicate, and I need someone of limited notoriety who will not link this to me. It is an escort.
Limited
but I
notoriety.
believe the nature of the party makes this unique.
Time is wasting. Who is going where?
My name is Sister Patrice. I have assumed a burden of charity. This is my charge.
A Sarabas.
Would even a Templar bind a mage like this?
Yes.
A survivor of infighting with their Talvashov outcasts. I call him Katojan, a bridge between worlds. The Viscount and others feel that peace begins with appeasement. This mage would likely be...
This is standard for how Sarabas are kept. They're masked. Those are effectively supposed to be blinders. And their lips are sewn together so that they cannot speak. They are chained and their horns are chopped off. That is standard for how the Kunari keep their mages.
That's so fucked up.
Mm-hmm. I did tell you were going to learn more terrible lore. Have I lied to you yet?
No, but... just... really...
You have dealt with their leader. If you have interacted with Kunari, you know how they treat those who leave their heathen order.
I hate this woman so much.
Would doom this poor creature. But knowing them is useful.
It is crucial to keep in mind that she has been manipulating us from the moment we saw her being attacked by thugs in the street.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair, this quest in particular, they actually did a pretty good job with the Grey Morality that BioWare likes to do in Dragon Age. BioWare is a little bit too heavy-handed with their Grey Morality attempts, though, and it ends up being less Grey Morality and more, these people are being oppressed, but they have killed some of these people because they're being oppressed by them. Who will you choose? Gee, I don't know. Probably the people who are being oppressed.
Generally.
Like, the whole mage versus Templar debate is... They just locks their mages up in towers. Treats them like shit. Categorically denies them their rights as people. And they...
Don't forget the lobotomy.
Yeah, the fucking lobotomy. They hold the right of tranquility over the mages' heads constantly, and mages face all kinds of abuse constantly. And yet I'm supposed to see it as Grey Morality when my options are to side with the mages or the Templars, because the mages have reacted to this abuse by killing some Templars? That's Grey Morality?
If it is,
as
then
an
we live in
oppressed
a
person...
I was just going to say, if it is, then we live in a very Grey Morality time, because there's things going on right now that are... Yeah.
God, I have friends. One of my partners lives in Portland. People are being plucked off the streets in Portland.
It's
by
terrifying.
Secret police, effectively.
It's fucking terrifying.
I am so scared for them, my friends who live in that area. Like, they're also still following quarantine pretty strictly, so they're not out there in the middle of all the protests, but I'm still terrified for them.
Yeah. That is really, really fucking scary.
It's awful. Okay, one of the other things I really fucking love about Dragon Age 2 is each of your companions has their own unique specialization, which wasn't the case in Origins, and is once again not the case in Inquisition. In Inquisition, you have one companion who belongs to each specialization. And in Origins, you had not one companion for each specialization, but like Alistair was a Templar, and you could learn the Templar specialization from him. Morrigan was a shapeshifter, so on and so forth. There were a bunch of other specializations as well. But in Dragon Age 2, each individual companion has their own unique... Wow, I stopped in the perfect spot. I tripped this fire trap, and I stopped just short of the fire block, the fire map. Whoops. Free me. Free me from this hell. Fun fact, that's not supposed to be a corpse.
Okay, so these are spiders.
Yeah. That's why there was a spiderweb effect. Ah!
We're keeping score, right?
I think these ones are supposed to be corpses, but I don't know for sure. I don't really remember. It's been a minute since I played through this quest. Okay, no, these are also supposed to be spiders. If they start spitting poison, they're definitely spiders. Alright. Ah! Let's see here. Oh, god damn it. Sorry, y'all. Varric doesn't move as quickly as I do, so he doesn't warn me about traps ahead of time. So, I am going to spoil a little bit of this quest, just because, why not? We're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
The whole idea behind this quest is that Patrice wants us to escort this mage to safety, right? Take him away from the war between his people and their outcasts.
Yeah.
The problem here is she is intentionally, like, she's setting you up. She is intentionally leading you to more Kunari because she wants to instigate a war between the Kunari and Kirkwall. She wants Kirkwall to decide, like, she specifically wants Kirkwall to decide that the Kunari are too major a threat to allow them to remain anywhere near the city. She wants Kirkwall to decide that they need to get rid of the Kunari.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I hate Sister Patrice. So, it's a whole thing.
Can you recruit this cuddly boy?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, well, that's frustrating because
Yeah,
I
we
like him.
we don't get another Kunari companion until Inquisition with Bull. Who I might romance when we play Inquisition. We'll see. I'd like to, because I've yet to play through his full romance, even though I love him to bits and pieces. I keep getting distracted and romancing Dorian instead. Or if I'm playing the right kind of character, Solus.
So in typical all-nighters fashion, my research has tangented me from Dragon to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon to the Crane Iron Pentology, which is the novel, is the 4-book series that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is part of. And then that has transitioned me to I know I'm gonna butcher this, but Wuxia, Wuxia.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that sort of like genre.
Me too.
One of my favorite series right now, which I am desperately trying to get more people to watch, hint hint, is The Untamed. It's on Netflix. I've talked to you a little bit about it. It's very gay.
Yeah.
At least as gay as a Chinese series is able to get. It's a really good series. I want more people to watch it. I really like the lore of it. It was originally a novel series. Or maybe it was just one novel. I don't remember for sure. And it's had the live-action adaptation, which was released last year, and an anime adaptation. And I think that's it so far. But
cool.
I adore it with all of my gay little heart. It is a visually stunning series for the most part. There is a really horrible looking puppet in one of the episodes that made me just die laughing. But the story itself is a lot of fun. Because it's a Chinese series and there is not a dub, it can be a little hard to follow as someone who speaks English primarily. But I highly recommend it.
He has only followed you because he wants to be led. He is allowed no other purpose.
You don't care that someone abused your dead to get you here?
No doubt you are cast from your shoulders as you or your partner leaves you weak. It is a crime whose victims are beyond caring. It will be dealt with, but the greater threat is clear. It is my role to secure
So, Kunari death culture is really interesting to me. The Kunari believe, if I remember correctly, the Kunari believe that when they are dead, they aren't Kunari anymore. Their souls are gone, so now they're just a lifeless husk. They don't particularly care if the remains are returned or not. Which is interesting to me.
That is interesting.
If he wants to go back to you, that's his business.
You show an unusual ability to reason, Basra. Cerebos, Nirakyun Ebrakata Avarat.
One of the big problems that BioWare has is the many varied ways that people will pronounce words in other languages.
You will do it here.
What just happened?
He just gave back the Kunari's ability to speak.
Led well. I thank your intent. Panaheda, as you find the cue.
You did a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
You should be honored by this action, Basra. It is his last.
Ah! No! No, no, don't kill my cuddly friend!
There is no option at the end of this quest where he doesn't die.
Ah! I wanted to cuddle him.
I'm sorry. There is no option with this quest where he doesn't die.
He needed cuddles.
If his people don't kill him, like, he chose death. If his people don't kill him, he sets himself on fire.
This is the better outcome.
You tried to kill me after everything we've been through.
An uncolored Cerebos spoke to you. You were already exposed, but there's no way to know what demon may have written his words. Killing you is demanded, but the respect of Cerebos has granted honor. Be grateful. Not every neck earns the ceremonial cut.
Oh, whoops.
I'm realizing more and more as I transition that my type of person is monster person.
Valid.
Like Frankenstein's monster, Swamp Thing, Creature from the Black Lagoon, like I guess Phantom of the Opera. But he's also kind of an abusive dick.
Yeah.
I have strong feelings about Phantom.
My main feeling about Phantom of the Opera is amusement, which is hard to explain at first. But my feelings about Phantom of the Opera are colored by stories from my mother working on a stage production of it.
Oh,
where
sounds
the
cool.
Phantom's pants split during a scene, and there was not enough time when he came back on stage or off stage before he would go back on stage for him to get a new pair of pants. They didn't have one ready for him because they weren't prepared for a costume change for him, right?
Oh my
so
God.
my mother had to sit him down in such a way that his crotch, because his crotch split. in such a way that his crotch was available to her, so that she could pull out a needle and thread quickly and whip stitch his crotch together while he was wearing the pants. And I want you to just imagine for a moment being that actor, being that man, while this angry-looking Mexican woman is rapidly whip-stitching your crotch back together while you're still wearing the pants.
Okay, that is amazing.
So yeah, that's why the Phantom of the Opera always immediately makes me amused, because I always remember that story that my mother told me so long ago about that instance of that show. Okay, we are gonna finish this quest.
I am guard captain. I won't be treated like this. Ferelden, bitch, this was none of your affair. I'll see you hanged, quartered. This will not.
Goodbye, xenophobic asshole.
We found a number of deaths to suspect peoples. Such poor character. But you, Aveline Galen, have proven your loyalty and ability.
The guard deserves better than him in the cell.
Indeed, the Viscount would have you with your...
Aveline needed better writing too. She's kind of inconsistent in the series. Or in this game, anyway. Because she's only in this game. She's not in the rest of the series.
How's that?
So, she gets portrayed variously as a cop, and as a guard who is doing her best to do her job of protecting the people, while keeping the people in mind. So, she gets portrayed variously as following the spirit of the law, and as following the letter of the law. And it felt like they just couldn't settle on which version of her to use. So she's kind of... her writing's just inconsistent. She deserved better writing. She also gets given a lot of, like, grossly misogynistic opinions. Aveline, will you please? Thank you. Particularly in her interactions with, Isabella, specifically. She tends to slut-shame Isabella a lot. Which... it doesn't feel consistent. Like, just her character just isn't consistent. That's all there is to it. The way she's written is horribly, horribly inconsistent. It drives me up a wall. She deserves better. Almost every character in this series deserves better.
That you keep his memory speaks well of him.
He's not with me. I know that. Wesley's at the Maker's side, or he's not. Either way, he knows no pain. What I keep is that moment. I won't let anyone down like that again.
I can't imagine the captain of the guard will like wandering in my shadow.
It's not like this job means we're on opposite sides.
This is one of those instances where I like to play Macario as being a little bit blue. Like, I think I mentioned the last time, there are 3 personalities. You've got the diplomatic personality, the sarcastic... Oh, right, I forgot you can flirt with Aveline. The diplomatic personality, the sarcastic personality, and the aggressive personality. In Act 1, I tend to play Macario as being a mix of sarcastic and diplomatic, but heavy on the sarcastic. I'm always heavy on the sarcastic.
You are you.
But also, Purple Hawk is just the most interesting and fun, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Like, no shade to diplomatic or aggressive Hawks. No shade to blue or red Hawks. I love blue and red Hawks as well. And I go pretty hard on red in Act 3. But Purple Hawk is far and away my favorite, which is the most common opinion of those of us who actually enjoy Dragon Age 2. Because, like I've said, Dragon Age 2 is the most critically panned game in the series.
Yeah, you did mention that.
Unfortunately. But that was that quest. I'm probably going to start the first sacrifice when we pick this game back up next week.
Sounds good. Sounds like a super happy, fun quest.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun playing through a quest called The First Sacrifice.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Well, clearly the first sacrifice is cake. Obviously.
Is it though?
Well, it's usually the first thing I dig into when a spread is on the table.
Oh, I don't do sweets.
I have a horrible sweet tooth.
I tend to go for green onions first, actually. If
Really?
there's a veggie tray, I go for the green onions like immediately.
Interesting choice.
I like food that wants to hurt me. What can I say?
So
but not like food that I'm allergic to wants to hurt me. Just food that wants to hurt me.
yeah, I hear you. So you like pineapples then?
Oh, I love pineapple.
Yeah.
I would like pineapple a lot more if I could eat dry pineapple without it trying to kill me because I'm allergic to what they coat it with to preserve. I can't have dried pineapple. I am allergic to so many things, yo. So many things.
That sucks.
It does. It does. Anyway, be sure to tune in next week for The First Sacrifice.
Yeah.
And anyone who's familiar with the story of Dragon Age 2 knows what The First Sacrifice is. I'm gonna have Isabella in the party for this quest for sure. No, wait. No, I'm not. Because I can't finish the quest if I have Isabella with me. I forgot about that. She gets a lot of approval from this quest, but I have to not finish it, and I want to finish it so that you can pick up these threads that this quest lays down. But yeah, we'll be playing through The First Sacrifice at the get-go next week, and I don't know, drop us a line in the Discord server or on Twitter to let us know what you all would like us to research next week.
Yeah, because we're open to that. I also just dropped a link in the Twitch chat for our Grinding Coffee referral link. This stream was sponsored by Grinding Coffee. They are a brand new sponsor for Compass Rose Productions. We will have.
We are super excited to be working with them.
Yeah, they're a Black LGBTQ plus owned business. Their ideals very much aligned with our own, so it's an honor, really.
It is delightful.
Yeah.
So if you drink coffee, or if you like stuff, because they have more than coffee available.
They've got beanies and things like that. Or you can just throw a tip their way if that's all you want to do. But definitely check them out.
Use our affiliate link, our referral link to purchase from them. Full disclosure, we do get commission off of that. And if I remember correctly, y'all get a slight discount from it.
Yes. You all... let's see here. If you do order, use the coupon code, which I will post right now, because you get 13% off if you use that code.
So use our coupon code, purchase through our referral link, all that fun stuff, so that you can get a little bit of a discount, so that we can get a little bit of cut, and you will be supporting not only a Black queer-owned business, but your favorite queer streamers in the world.
Yeah, that's us, by the way. In case
if it's not us, I'll cry.
It's definitely us. We're your favorite. Just saying that now. You love us. We know. We love you too.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you all next week.
Yes.
With more fun, horrible video games.
Yeah.
And
not looking forward
I decided to play Dragon Age 2 so I could trick you into letting me crush your soul.
Go. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good job there. Thanks. Yeah, but tune in next week as my soul gets crushed even more.
With all of this lovely racism and xenophobia and bigotry and a little bit of sexism. I did remove the homophobia, though, because I don't want to deal with that.
It's too fucking real, Scotty. I think that's the problem I'm having.
Yeah, I removed, I downloaded a couple of mods to remove some of the heteronormative lines from the game and replace
good.
them with straight up queer lines.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll point those out when we get to them, because
Please do.
I really like not being told that I need to find a wife.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
See y'all next week.